Good morning. I'm Casey, and it's Tuesday morning, an unusual time for a live for me. It's Tuesday morning. It's October 8th. I only had to look that up 3 times and try to remember it to say it. And I'm happy to be with you this morning on a live at about 7:25. I hope you're doing well. I wanted to kind of get back on to talk about a big thank you. A big thank you from the bottom of our hearts for everyone that showed up for our 10th anniversary celebration. It was 4 days where it felt like maybe we just forgot everything that was going on in the world, and people seemed to be incredibly happy and enjoying themselves and forgot about the conflict and just needed that preoccupation. Maybe a bad word, but they needed to be preoccupied. And we're so delighted and so thrilled and so happy that we did go on with the event, so that there seemed to be so much joy and so much happiness throughout the store. So again, thank you. Thank you for coming to our 10th anniversary event when we knew just down the road so many people were struggling. As I started that event, even on Thursday, and did have some conversations, or a lot of conversations, in fact, all weekend. My throat is like it hasn't been since I was a college professor. So that means I talked a lot. There you go. I really wanted to say that. I had lots of conversations with lots of people on the sales floor all 4 days, people I hadn't met before, people that came for the first time, that have been wanting to come forever, and all that was just so good and enriching. Also had lots of conversations with our regular customers that have been coming for such a long time, and that always just warms my heart as we talk about, can you believe it's been 10 years, and all of those things. But kind of shifting gears just a little bit, in some of those conversations on the floor, there was discussion about, so-and-so wanted to come, but they had to work, Thursday, Friday, because not all of us get to be off on Thursdays and Fridays. And also in that conversation, and they're taking a load of fill in the blank to, whatever state it is that they were taking it to. So those conversations started as well on Thursday. I also started getting questions over the phone and also questions by email about, is it just 4 days? Is it just 4 days? And truly, I could only think about, how am I going to survive 4 days? How's the team going to survive? We were staffed, but you all were also very patient and very gracious. So I'm saying all this to say, in the back of my mind since Thursday, I've been trying to figure out, if the requests kept coming, if they keep coming about extending the event, could we do it? Can we do it? Do we have enough stuff? Can we make it work? Can we do this? Can we do that? Yesterday morning, I got on the phone with the Amish suppliers because I was supposed to travel this week, but putting the store back together and traveling and potentially extending an event, I can't do all 3. So what does that mean? 3 hours back and forth of conversation, an hour back and forth with Jenny. And I asked and they responded. And so what does that mean? They are rushing up lots of orders to get us filled in. They are going to help us be able to extend the celebration, to be able to know what we have to pick up so that we can extend our 10th anniversary for one more weekend. It may not be pretty, and you're going to see the store in just a little bit about how it's just torn slam up in places, and what a good problem, not a problem at all to have. But also in that conversation, and I don't name Jenny too often because I like her to have a life, when I go out and I speak and face and all that, what that means is, it's kind of known out there, but it was Jenny on that hour conversation yesterday morning about furniture. What do we do? And all of a sudden, and Jenny, if we do this, we're torn up, Crystal, I'll come in. So what does that mean? We worked, she came in for about a half a day yesterday, and we have gone to K2. We have dug from the bottom of our hearts to not only find merchandise that was good merchandise that maybe we had overlooked for the Christmas season. I also held back some merchandise. It's kind of like food in some cases. You always buy that extra jar of peanut butter. So I held a little bit of inventory back. And I really think you're going to see that we definitely have worked hard since we closed on Sunday to create new displays, to put out new product that we had. We're doing the best we can to extend the event, especially for those people that couldn't come. And this isn't an easy one to extend, I'll tell you that. But for those people that couldn't come because they were busy helping other people. And in light of everything that's going to be going on in our friends and family in Florida this week, you know, prayers go out in advance, particularly for all of those folks as well and all the others that are still trying to figure out where life goes from here. But perhaps it's our job to create another just, you know, step away from time and come in and have a happy space and a happy place. So we worked pretty hard to make it look as good as we could with lots of new displays. You'll see those here. There's a lot of mess everywhere that's still left to be cleaned up, and you'll see that over here. But we are going to, besides the team, backup reinforcement team, they got some preliminary questions pretty early on. You know, if I get in this situation and the requests keep coming, you know, I can't always respond to requests because we just aren't staffed to do it. You know, I mean, one event is sometimes as good as it's going to get. And in the past, I kind of knew, hey, maybe it'll go on for maybe it'll go on for 2 weeks. And I had backup plans in place, but our extended team responded. So they're kind of on standby to help. In addition, a big shout out to the Channel 7 folks. They got some pretty wild calls on Thursday and Friday, and they responded as well. You know, hey, if, is there any way you can help me, you know, get this ready? Is there any way you can help me get that ready? If. So I know the commercials are starting today. They may have started yesterday. I'm not sure at this point, but you can see we have come a long way with not only rearranging the merchandise, but also making it look different in spaces and places because there's so much, let's face it, there's no way to see everything that's in here. Again, we're going to put this all back together and it'll be pretty by the time that hopefully you're able to come. But our 10th anniversary is held over only because let me tell you, I feel like I've been in the middle of the wheel going really fast and I'm very grateful. And so does my team, but held over only because so many people have reached out. And also the other piece of that truly was the joy that it brought. You could just see that people were, you know, happy to be out, happy to be away from the news, happy to be enjoying the cooler weather, happy to have just a distraction. So with that in mind, we're going on for a second week. We'll see what happens. I live one day at a time, it feels like. But for this week, we're going to live 4 days at a time. And we will reopen on Thursday. I think that's the 10th. Our event, which is 10 to 25% off store-wide, will continue. It will go through Sunday, the 13th. It's going to be 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. all 4 days. 10 to 15% off furniture. Again, the same as last week. If it's $198.99 $8.99 or less, the furniture's 10% off. If it's $199 or more, the furniture's 15% off. We've got 15% off our frame prints, our framers. I've notified them as well. I talked a lot yesterday begging for my customers, right, to get the product here. So, again, we've gone through lots of frames. We still have plenty. So if you missed the event and it was just because you had, you know, other things going on, you were helping other people, then we're going to try to give it 4 more days and kind of reevaluate from there. So I would definitely come this 4-day period if you can, if you want to, if you're able to. We would love to have you. So 15% off our frame prints. If it's seasonal decor, and you can see it's been added to, I was pretty excited. I was going like a maniac in boxes yesterday morning, let me tell you. You can see that I dug out these trees. They're beautiful trees. They're icy trees. We just have so much stuff, right? So we thought we had gotten all of our Christmas. We were able to find some boxes, some wreaths, some garlands, some trees, some plush, some other things. And again, I did save a little bit back. It's 25% off our fall and our Christmas decor. And if you need fall, remember color ticket prices do represent final markdown, so lots of garland left to be put out. But if you need fall and you just need some filler, we tried to do it a little bit different this go around to kind of use our drawers as a way for you to be able to shop some of this. So there are fall decor items left. And if it's not fall, if it's not Christmas, if it's not color ticketed, if it's not frame prints, then it is 20% off. So what does that mean? Because I always like for you all to get the very best buys that I can afford. And so what does that mean? Well, don't forget, we're how many days from Christmas now? Probably 79 or 78. I've sort of lost track. Not that far. So when you're looking for Christmas gifts for you, because many of us, we got to take care of things that we need and want first. Think about the Crossroads candles. Think about the centerpieces you may need. Think about the gifts, the stocking stuffers, all of that, because it is extremely hard to pull off these large events. And I'm really doing my Black Friday, Veterans Day, who knows whether we'll pull off a Veterans Day event or not. But I'm doing a lot of that early this year because I think it just coincided with the 10-year very well. And it also allows people to get the product in their hands and enjoy it for that season. So I'm not sure how you really summarize all that, except to say we're a little messy around the edges, but we're a little pretty in spots because, we worked yesterday and we tried to get it back together with the seasonal decor and scramble and all of that. But thank you all that came out. I mean, the balloons are still here, right? I mean, if they're still full of their helium, we must have the party go on some way, some shape. Dear God, help us provide a very safe and soothing atmosphere where you can come and be away from the distractions of the world and just remember all of our fellow humans that definitely need our help. And so because of all of that, here we go again. Here's the event dates, Thursday through Sunday. It does include Amish Furniture. It does include frame prints. We've been scrambling to get these signs made as well. So also miscellaneous in Fairfield. I should have said something before now, but I've tried to explain exactly what's happening. Miscellaneous in Fairfield has got an amazing sale going on, 20 to 50% off store wide. So if you were here last week and you want another distraction for this week, a little bit of a drive, up Route 11, who wants to drive on 81? But needless to say, it's only 35 minutes up the road. The miscellaneous in Fairfield is the place to go as well. Where are you going to find things you are not going to find here? I'm just telling you that. And she's got some markdowns. That's my mom that I don't have here. It's a smaller store without a furniture focus, and we've certainly been around a lot longer. So overhead is less, and we're able to do a lot more there with markdowns as far as that's concerned. So Thursdays through Saturdays up at Miscellaneous from 10 until 5, and on Sundays 11 until 3. And I've been so busy promoting the 10th anniversary that I didn't do as good a job as I should have, for sure, to promote all the good things that were happening at Miscellaneous. One other thing that I want to make sure to mention, and that's what you get when you do these ad lib lives, if I know a piece of furniture is already ready in Pennsylvania and waiting on me, because we did go through some islands, we did go through some tables, but we still have plenty, and we'll get our website up to date. But if I know a piece of furniture is ready for me in Pennsylvania, I will honor the discount. I know we have an island like this, a couple of them that is Sealy, that are going to be coming back. I know we have an island like this, but it has it has a special walnut top on it. We've got a couple of those coming back. And this color over here, Sealy. That's just a larger version. We also have a mini island, a very small island in Sealy that's coming back that I know of. And that's what's hitting my brain at the moment. So if I know that I was picking stuff up this week, but because of staying here to make sure that the decor was searched through, scrambled, displays recreated, and the store cleaned, I will honor the discount off of those items. Oh, and yeah, by the way, the other thing is our linens. You loved them. The only way that I could ensure to get more quilts here, I've never done this before, but I've second day aired them in. So they're going to drop in tomorrow. You love flags, and I think many people might have been disappointed They're arriving today. The other thing, again, there's many things here, right? Maybe I should have made notes this morning. The snowman candles, I've placed an order, I've left a message, and I've written an email to beg for more snowman candles. They're on the website. I don't know if they have them. No one's returned my calls or emails, but we do have, I have ordered the 7-inch candles, and I have ordered the 6x6 candles. Now, whether I'll get them, I have no idea. But if you want to start a waiting list for those, you can always call us, leave messages. And by the way, we have not checked messages this week. We've been a little bit preoccupied, but I've also begged for these. So what does all that mean? We've done all we can to put it back together. We'll continue to put it back together, including second day airing shipments in, begging Amish folks for off and on for 3 hours yesterday morning, trying to figure out what was ready, how quickly they could get it ready. So there will be a couple of shipments coming in the coming weeks. They won't be full truckloads, but I have a lot of sold furniture to pick up. And we do have some backfill, not over the top, because I've told you I'm not going to fill this place crazy busy, and you laugh because you say it is filled crazy, but not over the top, but I do have backfill coming. So that's pretty much where we are. That's a wrap. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for our 10th anniversary. We're holding over the event. I'm truly meaning this to bring joy. And for those people that may have missed it, it was one like the old days. And so this one was really, really, really hard to get it in gear, to get it going. And we may struggle a little bit and the lines might be a little bit long, but I know that you will be patient and you will wait on us. So thanks to you all for coming out. Thanks to all of you that are going the extra mile to help your fellow Americans. Thanks to the Amish people that listen to me beg and plead, my customers, this is what's going on in our part of the world. There were a lot of those conversations that I was having yesterday. Some of my suppliers are out in the Midwest. This is what's going on in our part of the world. Can you please help? What can you do? What do we do? So they next day aired it to me, and since I'm being long-winded, and then they're going to credit me for part of that shipping to make sure we got it here. So I was definitely going to bat for you all as well and to have it here. So, and many, many thanks to the incredible team, the backup team, Channel 7, and the list can go on and on again. I could say it 10 more times because I'm just so grateful and blessed. So I'll stay in the center of this wheel, but let me tell you, guys and ladies, this wheel been rolling really fast lately, so it might have to stop a time or two before Thursday. But with that in mind, be blessed and enjoy the journey, and continue to pray for all those that need our help and that they just somehow might get spared from all of this craziness that's going on in the world.